Welcome to my channel, Let's Learn English Together. Hi, my name is Jay. I was born in a small village in northern India. Growing up, English felt like a language that belonged to someone else. It was in textbooks, in exams, in news channels, but not in my world. At home, we spoke Hindi. At school, our teachers taught English, but rarely used it. For years, English was just a subject to pass, not a skill to use, not a voice I could own. When I moved to Delhi for college, everything changed. I remember my first day there. I was excited, nervous. I walked into my dorm and introduced myself to the other students. Hi, I am Jay. I come from Mathura. The boy sitting on the bed looked at me and smirked. Then he said in English, "You speak like a villager." Everyone laughed. I laughed too. But inside, I was humiliated. I went to the washroom and sat alone for 20 minutes. That moment stayed with me. And that night, I promised myself, one day, I will speak English better than them all. I started from the beginning. I didn't have money for coaching centers, so I used what I had, my smartphone and internet. Every morning, I watched one English video on YouTube. Not grammar lessons, not exam prep, just simple content, English vloggers, TED Talks with subtitles, people sharing daily routines in English. The goal wasn't to memorize, but to listen actively. At night, I would repeat the same phrases I heard that morning. I'd walk on the terrace, talking to myself like this. Today, I woke up at 8 a.m., I brushed my teeth, I ate paratha, I studied accounting, I feel good. It was awkward, but slowly, it became natural. My biggest problem was not vocabulary. It was fear of making mistakes, of being judged, of sounding foolish. So I made a rule for myself. I must say at least 5 English sentences out loud every day, even if they were wrong. I also joined online English speaking groups. We met on Zoom. Most of them were Indian, like me. We all made mistakes, and that made it okay. Sometimes I would just say, "Today is hot, I feel sleepy, I want to eat samosa." Simple sentences, but I was speaking every day, and that made the difference. Let me share a few things that actually helped me. 1. Listening, studying. I stopped trying to memorize grammar rules. Instead, I listened to natural English every day. Podcasts while commuting, audiobooks while washing dishes, movies with subtitles. Over time, I started noticing patterns. I've been waiting. Would you mind if? Let me know when. I learned grammar by hearing it in action. 2. Shadowing technique. This one changed everything for me. I would play a short video clip, 30 seconds, pause every sentence, and repeat it exactly as I heard it, copying the accent, tone, rhythm. Example, speaker, "I don't know what to say." Me, "I don't know what to say." It felt like acting, but it trained my mouth and ears. 3. Recording myself. Yes, I recorded myself speaking English. Then I listened to it, cringed, noted the mistakes, then tried again. After 2 months, I could hear my own improvement. 4. Using English in real life. I started small, ordering coffee in English, talking to customer support in English, writing emails in English, commenting on YouTube videos in English. Every small action added up. 1 year later, I was at a job interview for a digital marketing position. The interviewer asked, "Tell me about yourself." I took a deep breath. And for the first time, I wasn't scared. I spoke for 2 full minutes, clear, confident, and real. He smiled and said, "Your English is really good." And at that moment, I remembered the boy in the dorm room who once laughed at me. And I smiled too. I'm not perfect. I still make mistakes. But now, I speak English without fear. If you're watching this and you're struggling, please remember, you don't need to be born rich or smart or in a big city. You just need consistency. 5 minutes a day, every day. Don't worry about grammar. Don't wait for someone to correct you. Just speak every day, even if it's wrong, because broken English still opens doors. But perfect silence leads nowhere. Vocabulary. Villager equals someone from a small village. Smirk equals a slight disrespectful smile. Cringe equals feel embarrassed or uncomfortable. Breakthrough equals a big progress or achievement after struggle. Grammar tip. Used to versus be used to. I used to be afraid of English. Past habit. Now I'm used to speaking it. Now comfortable with it.